Hey, what's up, guys? James Horn, Singledadstribe in the building. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's being safe. All my single dads and all my single parents out there, I hope everybody's not losing their sanity, you know what I mean? I'm in the building, you know what I mean? Making breakfast, you know. We're doing some breakfast burritos, you know. Part of what I got with my stimulus check, you know, most of it went to bills, you know, but I like to get like at least one thing for the family and for the household. And I got some new pans, some new copper pans. And if you're a single parent, I recommend that you always have good cooking ware, because you're gonna be cooking a lot, and having good pots, pans, and utensils and tools to cook good meals. I mean, it changes the game, man. I only had one pan for such a long time, and it's like, now that I got the whole set, I mean, whew, it really changes everything, you know. It makes everything a lot easier, makes food consistent and everything like that. But today we're gonna go try something different. We're gonna go on a hike in the mountains, and we're gonna talk about, you know, some things that going on. I know that this whole quarantine thing has got people a little shook or whatever, especially single parents who rely on that income to pay their bills and support their family. But at the end of the day, we gotta stay strong, we gotta stay resilient, we can't get psyched up. Like I always say, the brain is the cookbook, and it can cook up anything you want. So don't let it cook up anything. Stay in your reason and your logic, you know, listen with your heart, and you guys will be okay. So without further ado, we're gonna get this show on the road. Okay, guys. I know that being a single parent can sometimes be overwhelming. You got putting food on the table, paying the bills, making sure the house is clean, making sure the kids are behaving, making sure they're educated. And especially with this whole thing where the school is remote and everything's being done by Zoom, Skype, Google, and all those virtual platforms, it can get really, really congested. And I know a lot of us as single parents, and whether you're in your first year or your fifth year, you know, you just feel overwhelmed. I remember when I first got my kids and I first became a single father, I used to beat myself up all the time about the stuff I was doing, the stuff I wasn't doing, you know, just damn. How am I being the best father I can be? Am I being the best parent I can be? Am I being the best man I could be? And sometimes it can really just make you feel just so low and so stressed out. Sometimes you don't even want to wake up in the morning because you're like, oh my God, I gotta do this again? And then you feel bad for feeling that way. But don't worry, it happens to the best of us. And after a while, after you get into the flow, after you get into the kind of the rhythm of things, then you're gonna be okay. House is gonna be dirty, dishes are gonna be in the sink, kids are gonna be bad. You know, those things happen from time to time. But if you keep going with perseverance and consistency, then eventually everything will get a lot easier. Now, when I wake up in the morning, I have a checklist, 3 things, okay? The first thing that I do with my kids is feed them. Food is the number one thing. I cook as much as I can. A, because it saves money, it's healthier, and it gives your kids a sense of tradition. They're learning how to cook. They see their parent learning cooking, and it definitely helps them to feel a part of something. You know what I mean? Cooking is very important. I love it. I've been doing it forever as an outlet to release stress. It's kind of like an art for me. You know, I know some people like it, some people don't. But if you're a single parent, learn how to cook. Trust me, it'll definitely help you. The second thing is exercise. Even though we're in a quarantine, we're still going to the park, we're still going to the mountains, because mental health is important. I teach my kids that mental health and physical health go hand in hand. So I try to get them out once a day, get them running, keep them active, you know. It's very important to be physically healthy. Now you're looking at me and being like, oh, James, well, you're fat. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fat, but it's because, you know, my dad didn't, you know, instill these lessons that I'm instilling to my kids. I lost some weight. I'm trying to lose some more weight. I am losing some more weight. And hopefully this transformation, my kids see it and they can see perseverance, consistency and responsibility, they can see it through their father. And the third thing is education. You got to educate your kids. We all know the public schools are kind of like, you know what I mean? Shout out to the teachers, but the system that they have to teach in is garbage. You know, they don't get paid enough. They don't get enough budget for the things they need to teach, you know, and the curriculum's really cookie cut, things that you really don't need to know in school. You know, I worked for freaking, you know, science places, and, you know, they don't be doing calculus and all that other crap, you know what I mean? They have computers for that. Basically, I teach my kids about stuff that matters to me. I teach about finance, about credit, about saving money, about buying a house, about liabilities and assets, about money. Money's very important. I talk to them about women. You know, women's very important too. The interdynamic between a man and a woman. It's very important for a man to know that, you know. They don't stress that enough in this society because our society is, you know, the way it is, but we need to know the interdynamics of the opposite sex. I talk to them about nutrition, about health, about history, our history, whatever race you are, whatever culture you are, you should be teaching your kids about their history so they can know where they come from and who they are. You know, I talk to them about science. I talk to them about friendships, relationships. I talk to them about the stuff that matters to me for them being men. So like I said, you don't have to do everything. You know, you don't have to worry about this, that, all the details, all the nooks and crannies when it comes to being a single parent. But like for me, it's nutrition, which is food, feed them, physical activity, which is exercise, take them out, and education, talk to your kids, teach them stuff like they did in the old days. What are your guys' list? If you guys got some tips or some suggestions of other things that us as a community could be talking to our kids about and putting on our checklist, put it down in the comment box, you know? And like I said, this is just my list, you know? But that's how I keep our family on the beaten path and don't go crazy from everything that I have to do as a single father. Guys, I'm losing all my hair, man. Ugh. Getting old sucks. It's okay though. When I was younger, I had beautiful hair and I never took care of it. So I try to teach my kids, take care of what you got while you're a kid, because when you're an adult, you might not have it and you'll miss it. So appreciate it while you got it. You gotta get my LL on. Fat L. This is taking too long. Let's just get to the point. Whew. Yeah, that's a lot better. Boom. Get out of here, guys. Let's get out of here. All right, guys, we are here at the bottom of the big mountain, and we basically made it right here. The kids are being real mouthy and disgruntled, but it's all good because we're gonna run up this mountain and we're gonna get their little asses tired. So tired that they'll probably fall asleep on the way home. Because that's how we gotta do it.
Dad,
Here we go, guys. We're going up the big hill. No, we can't go up that way. There's no path, Jake. Come on. How do you feel, Jake?
Good.
You made it to the top? Even though you're crying?
You gotta finish making that video first.
How do you feel now that you're at the top? Feel good? Yeah? You finally got to go to the mountains? Huh? You better take your freaking foot down. So as you guys can see, we made it up to the top, kind of. And I'm not dead. Anyway, we are walking down right now. It's a beautiful day out here, as you guys can see.
Yeah, the backpack's wet.
Real beautiful. But now we're gonna go down. Anyway, I just want to say a couple of words while we're going down. First off, physical activity is very important. And like I said in the beginning, you know, I'm not the most in shape person, but I've been dedicating my life since I've been a single father to really just get my health in the best condition as I can, just because I'm the only person that provides for these kids right now. I got my mom and my and auntie and friends and family, but at the end of the day, I'm number one. So I've been really trying to really do as much as I can to really like get everything better in my life, physically, weightlifting, and you know, cardio and all that stuff. How you guys doing?
Did we go to the other way around?
No, we're going this way around. Just go. I mean, it's been a real journey, especially with this physical activity, man. Just cause when I was younger, I was, you know, always overweight. I could never really run. I always had self-esteem problems because of it. And you know, I never had an older brother or, you know, friends or my dad to teach me about working out and health and stuff like that. I learned a lot of stuff about being a man from TV, which is 100% the opposite of how a man's supposed to be. So at the end of the day, I was, you know, in that blue pill matrix, you know, so I never had men around me until my, you know, late 20s that really told me how it was to be a man, to be a father, and the things you need to do to succeed in this world. That's where a lot of this comes into play, y'all. You know, just being in that situation where being lost, you know, it really affected me as a young kid. It affected me as an older man too. 21, 22, 23, 24, you know, not doing things that I needed to do as a man. Building my credit, getting healthy, saving money, you know, finding me a good woman that I could settle down with and have some kids, starting a business. Everything that I did was always half-assed because I never had real men around me to tell me like what the deal was, to tell me how it was to do business as a man, to work out as a man, to work as a man in this country. That's why I think it's so important as a single father to pay attention to my kids, to teach them as much as I can about being a man. So that way when they have kids, they can pass that knowledge down to their kids and they can carry the legacy, carry the torch. Woo. The one thing I really did learn about being a single father is that you don't need anybody, or even being a single parent, period. In the beginning of it, you always think that you need somebody. You always think you need another partner. You always think you need somebody to supplement the energy, supplement the responsibility. But at the end of the day, you have to be your own best friend. You have to get yourself. You need a what? Can you hold it for a little bit till at least we find a bush? No, you can't pee in the cactus. But you have to be your own boss. You have to be your own best friend, and you have to have your own back. That's what you have to learn being a single parent. Because if you don't have your own back and you're searching for somebody else to supplement that time, energy, and love, then you're going to get caught in the trap that a lot of people get caught up in. Instead of finding themselves, learning about who they really are and what they want, what they do is they just settle for whatever they can get, just to lighten up the load a little bit, you know? What are you guys doing? Are you serious? We got to the mountains, we got our exercise, we got the fresh air. Even though we're in quarantine, we didn't die from the coronavirus. Everybody's healthy and happy, and we made it through. You know, being a single father isn't the easiest thing in the world. Being a single parent isn't the easiest thing in the world, but it's the most rewarding thing that I've ever experienced in my entire life. So I just wanted to tell you guys out there that are doing the same type of journey that I'm on, be careful, be safe, stay strong, and always remember, you're doing it for your kids and you're doing it for your future, guys. So we're gonna sign off. Be sure to find me on Instagram, Singledadstribe, and you can always find me on Instagram, Big J Illis, Facebook, and support us through the Patreon. You become a Patreon subscriber, you get those exclusive videos, you get the t-shirt, you get all that nice and nifty stuff. You guys stay blessed.